What's up, bro? What's your name?
Matthew.
Nice to see you again. This is one of my returning clients. Do you have any problems with your hair that you want to address?
No, not at all.
Not at all? Cool. So just same thing as 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Sounds great. Let's get to work. What's up, everybody? Today we got our first full-length YouTube haircut. This client's getting a 1 fade with high tapers, so it's like a 1 guard on the sides, faded into a 2. So he gets cut every 2 weeks. We're starting by debulking with a 2 guard lever close, just to get the small hairs that grew back since last week, and then as we get higher, we're opening that lever to get it to a 2 guard open. We're going all the way around the head, doing the same steps to ensure the same length. Now we're going to set in our bald line for our high tapers. I'm using the trimmer flip so we can set in a softer line. These are already my soft trimmers, so they're not zero gapped. If you're ever in the need of a good clipper deal, just hit me up on Instagram. We're going all the way around, setting in our bald lines to make sure they're all the same height. He's getting more of a mid-low taper in the back due to some indents in his heads, and then we're going to do a high taper on the sides, completely fading out his C-cups. So since this is a 1 fade, we're starting with our 1 guard lever closed, making a guideline all the way around his head. Kind of like a skin fade, but instead of fading from skin to a 2, it's from a 1 to a 2. So we're going all the way around, getting all the hairs under that because that's the shortest length it's going to be. And when we get to the back, there's some divots and rivets in his head that we have to make sure to use the corner of the blade to get inside. Now what we're going to do is simply open the lever, going up another 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And again, we're going all the way around with the guidelines to ensure everything being even. Now we're going to blend in between the 1 open and 1 close with that 1 guard lever halfway. We're always doing as much as we can do with just 1 guard. Okay, now we're going to do a 1.5 open, fading into that 2, and I switched to my Babyliss Low Pro FX1 clipper from the Magic Clip. There's a little dark spot right there I'm trying to hit, and now I switched to my JRLs as I flick with that 1.5 into the bulk in the back. We're going all around his head, just trying to get rid of that line. I'm trying not to create another line, so I'm flicking out a lot. And now we're going to close that lever and go in between. I use the JRL for stuff like this because the lever open is a lot longer than the other clippers. We're going to take it down to the skin using our foil shaver, going over in different directions because hair grows in different directions. We're going to go no guard open, going about 1/2 inch, and then we're just going to fade it out by closing the lever and going down the guideline. Doing the same thing to the back of his head and fading the guideline out as we go. You always got to check in the mirror or look on both sides of his head, making sure the guidelines are straight. And for this high taper, after the no guard open, we're going with our 1/2 guard fully open. And on the back, it wasn't cutting much because of the indent, so I closed the lever. Now after that taper on the back, I only needed the 1/2 guard, but on the sides, I'm going to need to use a 1 guard just to get into the top. Now he has to take his beard down with a 3 guard lever close, and he has light areas on his beard all along the sides of it, as you can see. So we're going to be careful when we're lining that up to make sure we don't push his beard line lower. Going in all the different angles on his beard, ensuring to get the true 3 guard length. We're going to take his mustache down with that 1 guard lever closed, but it's going to be with the grain, so it cuts less. This is a way you make sure you don't injure your clients by poking up into their nose with the guard. We're going to use our soft trimmer, which is the Stylecraft Instinct, to get these hairs under his neck, right about his Adam's apple, curving up to his cheekbone, ensuring the straight line across from left to right and from right to left. Again, my name is G, and I'm a 13-year-old barber in Seattle. If you ever need a cut, just tap that link in my bio, and I'm going to get you with the best haircut you've ever had. He likes to box out the middle of his beard, so that's what we're doing with our trimmers, making it a straight line all the way across. We're lining his soul patch up, keeping it in a more triangular shape. And now we're going to get his mustache lined up without making it too skinny, but not leaving it overhanging his lip to the point where it gets interfering with his food. These are my Philthy Blends modified trimmers, and we're being very gentle while lining his beard up to ensure the sharpest line without pushing it any lower than it needs to be due to our already thin beard. And this client is allergic to enhancements, a color enhancement. On his first visit to me, I tried them, and he came back with red all over his face. So now we'd only use the pencil. We're going to apply some shaving cream to prep his skin for the lineup. This is to remove all the dirt and oils and dry his skin out before we hit it with the alcohol to cleanse it. Normally I would do a hot towel, but he didn't book that service and I didn't have time either. So sometimes if I see that it'll benefit me with the lineup, helping using a hot towel, I'll use it. But right now I was using a dry towel to wipe the cream off of him. We have some alcohol and a neck strip, and we're going around his forehead and his beard line by cleaning his skin. And then we're gonna hit him with some Got2b glue holding spray. We're gonna dry it as we brush it in. And then we're gonna start from the middle, working our way to the lower side and then to the higher side with our lineup. His right side, I immediately noticed, grows a lot higher than his left side. So we're gonna start on his lower side, which is his left, and then we're gonna meet it to his higher side afterwards, ensuring that you go over the lineup multiple times to ensure the straight line. As you can see, some of these hairs are overhangs, but his corners look a little pushed back, so we're making sure to keep that corner line as narrow as possible so we can grow those back in. And with these sharp trimmers, you got to be very careful. Sometimes you can cut a client and leave them with scars if you're pushing too hard, so I always ask them to tell you if it's hurting. We're going to use the corner of our trimmer blade to just detail our blend and then hit his vertical bar one more time. And it's important to make it as straight as possible because we can't use enhancements. Now we're going to razor it, and due to the holding spray, it'll create a natural ash line, but it won't be very prominent because his skin color is a lot lighter, and compared to the ash line, there's not a big contrast. We're ensuring that we get the straightest line with the razor and taking our time going all the way around his head. Because if you book with me, you're going to get the absolute best service that I can possibly provide you. Now we're going to start fading in his beard, just using no guards, starting open and closing the lever, going on both sides. It's a pretty deep fade on his beard due to the thinness. We're going to line up the nape area of his haircut, trying to get the crispy line without pushing his vertical bars inwards, creating more of a V look. Getting around his ear multiple times just to get all the little hairs, and repeating the same steps on the other side. I charge $35 for a basic haircut, $40 with the beard, and $55 for a G Special full service. Since this client can't handle color enhancement, we just apply the pencil. And now we're applying some 245 shave gel because his skin started to get red because he has pretty sensitive skin around his cheek area. So before we hit him with that razor, we're going to prep it with shaving gel. Now we're going to razor his beard line, trying to get it as crispy as possible. And we're going to line him up again, going over that pencil with my trimmer, making sure not to push too hard to leave a scar. I'm just going to blend everything in with a little bit of clipper over comb in the back. And here it gets like a hard part, so we're going to put that in. So these are the details I'm talking about. We're freehanding his beard, getting all the loose hairs sticking out. Those are the types of things that'll get clients coming back. We put some flex foam on his face to clean off whatever residue is left. And then we're going to run the shaver again over everything, ensuring everything's down to the skin so that the haircut lasts the best and longest. I want my clients to come back to me because I do detailed work and my haircuts last the longest, not because of my prices. We're going to razor his neckline so that wolfy little hair doesn't come back as soon as it would if we didn't do that. And these are, again, the little things that the client will notice compared to other barbers. We're going to hit him with this aftershave, and dang, he was feeling it. Boy, it's just alcohol, but to him, it was something else. He's never experienced the sensation of spice bombs like this ever in his life before. He was not ready to look up, and I had to grab his chin and make him look up. He could not stop cursing because he could not handle the spice level of my aftershave on his skin. I put a little extra to hit him with another spice bomb, and now we hand him the mirror, and let's see if he approves.
Beautifully done, man. Thank you.
Thanks, you know, next time you come in, we're going to trim this part, the top there. Here we got the high tapers with that one fade.
Nice.
Fresh.
Looking fresh.
High as possible.
Fresh. Thank you.
Sure.
Great job.
Seems like he loves the cut. Here's the after results of the haircut. Again, the name of the haircut is a 1 fade on the sides with a high taper, line up, no enhancements, and he got a 3 guard on his beard. I'm G, this is G's Blends. Book now.